Peace, family. My name is Vicki Dillard. Thank you so much for tuning in to my own channel here at VickiDillard.tv, beloved. I know some of you all are used to seeing me on other multiple platforms and networks that I have helped to build, bring great credibility and profit to over the years. I always mention that from time to time because so many of you all are like, where has Vicki been? And I know sometimes it takes the public a minute to locate where we are. So let everybody know if they want to watch me live from time to time, they can come here at VickiDillard.tv on my own channel as I give more attention over the past year to it. Talk Black to Me, somebody. Of course, you can still see my content in other forms on other platforms as well, but there have been some changes on some of the other media platforms that I was on. Again, I'm still all over the place, but you can watch me live here on my own channel. Thank you so very much. I do have a little bit of a ritual that as you come in, beloved, be sure to come in giving us a big thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share. Why do we ask that you do that off the top? Because in modern online media, beloved, it activates the algorithm to send out notifications to some people. Talk Black to Me. And how many of you all know that we who are the Black grassroots media, a phrase that I've coined, the Black grassroots media, BGR, beloved, how many of you all know that we are the counter voice to the oppressive classes, white supremacists, and oppressive media apparatus? So we have to be very intentional because they have a multi-billion-dollar, I said they have a multi-billion-dollar budget to push the propaganda and control the minds of the masses. So as you can imagine, beloved, we are something else to be reckoned with. And it all matters. They laughed at us a little bit because when you start off small, beloved, they like to laugh at you. But how many of you all know that big things come in small packages? So on the count of three, everybody hit that thumbs up button. Looks like I'm seeing Hillary and Angela and Star and Arthur and Candy and Bill and D8 and some others, Mama Moss and some others coming in, beloved. Beloved, let's come on in. I see our beautiful moderator, Miss Sharifa. So good to see you, precious. That's my soul sister. Talk Black to Me, somebody. Everybody be sure to hit that thumbs up button and share on the count of three. And of course, also make sure you're subscribed to my channel and hit all notifications, okay? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Bill, Vicki is so fine. Bless your heart. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, beloved. And again, make sure you're subscribed and be sure to hit all notifications, okay? Thank you so very much. Astro said you took a break from work to hear me talk. Okay, precious. We're going to get to right where we're going, okay? Family, I know you all, some of you all know that I just left Chicago. Literally, I was there during the Democratic National Convention and actually ended up staying a bit longer than I had intended to early on. Beloved, of course, I was there to meet some of you, family, and some of the Chicago Black activists on the ground. It was absolutely amazing to see you. It is really essentially the start of my tour that I have long desired to do, basically Black town halls. But this was called B1 Talk Black to Me Town Hall. I did it with my dear brother, filmmaker, Dr. Rick Mathis. It was absolutely powerful. And we are headed back to Chicago, inshallah, right before the presidential election in November. So stay tuned for information on that. Be sure to check my community page here at VickiDillard.tv. Of course, you can follow me also on Instagram at VickiXDillard. And beloved, you want to make sure that you are on my email list on my website at VickiPlanet.com. That's VickiPlanet.com, VICKIPlanet.com. That's very important that you're on my email list. Why? You all know that these platforms can be very mercurial and they can go out of their way to act as de facto state-run media. Talk Black to me, somebody. America loves to talk about other countries that have quote-unquote state-run media, but all of their corporatist media outlets here are really functionally state-run media. They just do the talking points of whatever the White House tells them to do, and they do that so they can maintain access, beloved, and get a job later. What you guys got to understand, especially about your Black bootlicks that get fired and humiliated, like Don Lemon after so many years on CNN, like Angela Rye, so many years on CNN, like Tiffany Cross on MSNBC, fired and humiliated. Joy Reid, she was supposed to be on the chopping block a couple of times, allegedly, but you better believe, honey, that she's about ready to be on the chopping block too. Simone Sanders, who ended up, you all know who she is, the first and foremost, the linebacker for Joe Biden, and then she secondarily, she was a senior advisor to him during his campaign after giving, the progressive side of the Democrat Party, because she worked for Bernie Sanders before she ended up going to the other side. Talk black to me working for Biden. Talk black to me, somebody. These are just a few examples that you have to understand that, beloved, those bones and biscuits, they are the tool for white supremacy. Are y'all hearing me today? You're looking very lovely, Sister Dr. Sharon. Thank you so much, precious. Y'all are so kind. Who's this? Mabasi X Beauty is in the message. Ashe, yes, beloved. And so what you all got to understand, precious, is that these bones and biscuits, beloved, they do what they do. They sell you out for a few crumbs and a few bones and biscuits. Somebody put a bone in the chat. Can somebody please put a bone in the chat? This is important for you to understand. They are enamored with the glory and the proximity of power. And because they're in that little white supremacist bubble and they have nearness to whiteness, they will give you the middle finger and sell you out. I need y'all to understand that. I need you to really, really understand that. They don't care nothing about you. That little 2 or 3, 4 minutes, if that little 2-minute segment that they get that one day 6 months ago on Fox News or MSNBC or CNN or whatever, that carries them into glory some years later. And they seek that same glory. Same with Roland. Are y'all hearing me today? They will sell you out. They will cuss you out for desiring reparations for your people, for desiring and demanding a criminal justice reform legislation for black folks. They will cuss you out and go off on you and sell you out and plot behind your back like Roland was. Remember, I gave y'all the receipts on numerous occasions on how Roland's name came up during the WikiLeaks release. How many of you all know that when they hacked into Hillary Clinton's emails, among many, many others, and found out about all those war crimes all over the place, Roland's name came up because we found out that Roland was credibly linked to working with her campaign to behind the scenes give her access to information and questions, a particular question, word for word, behind the scenes for a debate. The black woman who was one of the DNC darlings, she was really like one of the co-chairpersons or something like that down in Brazil. She used to be on CNN all the time. She ended up losing that position and she ended up being humiliated because she was caught up in that mess and allegedly, but true, allegedly based on credible information, Roland let her take the fall for his funny looking self. He let her take the bounce for such bubbly round things. You talk black to me. But I'm not trying to go there on it. He let another black woman take the fall for his madness. He was working behind the scene for Hillary Clinton. They do all this for a biscuit. And when they act a certain way before a person gets into office, beloved, I need you all to really pay attention to me. Come real close to the screen, wherever you're watching me at. I promise you I brush my teeth. Watch this. What they do is all based on this right here. Y'all ready for it? As you hit that thumbs up button, share. I know I done popped in on you because I got a couple of appointments that I got to get to, but I wanted to tap in with you real quick. And I know I was gone prior to yesterday, almost 2 weeks for broadcast. Of course, we broadcast live the event while I was in Chicago. So just go under the lives to see it. We had some audio problems under the lives. So my team did some editing and they were able to take out the issues with the audio issues. And so you can watch the replay on my channel right here at VickiDillard.tv as well, but just go under another section with the videos. See YouTube, they didn't switched up where you can get certain videos from. So if you want to watch the replay, just go under the regular videos, okay? And you'll be able to see the replay where it says that the audio is corrected, okay? Now, this is what I need you all to understand. Are y'all listening? That's exactly right, Candy. When Candy said, just like the church lady, his bodyguard. If y'all don't know what she's talking about, watch my broadcast from last night. I popped in on you last night. Y'all didn't expect that, did you? How many of y'all saw last night's broadcast? Y'all better get on in there and watch yesterday's broadcast. I know it was late, beloved. It ain't even been 24 hours yet. But I wanted to come to you real quick. I got a couple of appointments today, but real quick, let me tell you. So watch that broadcast so you'll know what she's talking about when Roland got rolled upon. Talk black to me. I know black media been saying, you know, Roland got ran down. Well, I don't know about him running good. he was bouncing somewhere. Talk black to me, somebody. If he got ran down, you know, sometimes they can put the image in your head that he was actually running away. Things of that nature don't really have legs like that and feet and the capacity to run. They roll. Talk black to me, somebody. Okay, that's the point of it all. But let me tell you something about these black shields real quick before I get into Michelle Obama. Are y'all listening? Are y'all listening? Miss Sharifa said Roland did the wobble. Yes, he did the real wobble. God did that. How many of y'all remember years ago when he had the opportunity to interview Hillary Clinton? That was the height of his entire life, the acme of his life, the destiny for which he emerged from the underground to go to the highest of high mountains to interview war criminal Hillary Clinton. Oh, I pronounced her name right. I said Hillary Clinton to my son, asking her if she would know how to do the wobble. Fool. And then told her that if she didn't know how to do the wobble, when Hillary said no, she didn't know how to do the wobble, he told her that she lost the black vote. He didn't even know how to do the wobble. All of us was confused by whatever that gyration was that it was doing. And not only that, the image of him even doing some kind of kinetic. God, today, let me stop. Stop laughing at me, Miss Cherie. Stop laughing at me, Candy. Stop laughing at me, Cynthia. Stop laughing at me, James. Whatever that was, it terrified us all. Talk black to me, somebody. Him just being himself. The hell was that? Can I terrify y'all a little bit? Some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all be thinking I be making stuff up. I wish I could. Whatever thing I could have made up does not compare to the reality. This on the Copyright Act of 1976. Is my volume working? Y'all think I'm kidding?
That is it for us. I do gotta ask you, do you know how to wobble?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you know how to wobble?
I don't.
You know how to wobble? You just lost the black vote right there. Yeah. Karen, the black folks in your staff can teach you how to do the wobble. Trust me.
Can you show me how to do it?
Oh, I can show you how to do it. You're going to pick up some votes, trust me.
But I got to see it in order to know it.
He said, you're going to pick up some votes. I can show you how to do it.
Well, you need some music. I'm really the music, but I'm just saying.
Okay, who can show me?
He told a white woman, you're going to need some music, but I don't need no music. Lord have mercy.
Well, you need some music. I'm really the music, but I'm just saying.
Okay, who can show me? Come on, don't be shy.
Family, I promise you I'm going to get to Michelle Obama, but I got to just remind you of the madness of it all.
Our Black Network, we do a little bit different.
Well, you raised it. Now don't leave me hanging out
here.
here.
Put my iPod on. I got music.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, yeah, plug this up right now. Y'all know I'll put it on now. Secretary Clinton, it's a pleasure. Thank you so very much. Clap and thanks you as well. Round of applause, please. Democratic presidential candidate.
Thank you, Roland.
He think he got so much swag. Wait for it. Let me give a disclaimer. If you got babies, cover their eyes, move them out the room, baby, for about 3, 4, 5 seconds. Some of you said, "What is it, Vicki?" Some of y'all said, "Is it pornography? Is it violence?" It ain't none of that, but it's its own type of violence. It's a type of devastation. It can still cause a level of trauma, and it won't be right. Some of y'all call me Auntie Vicki. I'm 45 years of age. I care about the next generation. Just give me 30, not even 30 seconds. Give me about 20 seconds real fast. I promise you I'm going to skip to this Michelle Obama clip. But just as a reminder, and again, this is all Democrat antics. And this is from 8 years ago. Y'all ready? Hey, get it rolling. Hey.
I told y'all need the music.
I told y'all I don't need the music. Don't nobody know what that gyration was. Don't nobody know in science what kinetic, energetic force of unnatural, whatever scientific language go with that. God, today, Vicki, move on. I surely digress. Lord have mercy. So you all knew about the Democratic National Convention that just took place, right? I was there this past August. Brother Virgil, your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. He said, tell it, prophetess, Rolanda got his cake in the face. I promise you he did. Now, he got his cake in the face, but I promise you when it was in his face and it was smashed and he was humiliated, I can promise you this much. He licked a bit of it all on his face. When he was wiping it off, he was not mad at all. He didn't say, why you do that? He said, wait a minute, and went to licking some of it off to make sure that even what was on his face didn't go to waste. That was some bars right there, wasn't it? Even what was on his face didn't go to waste. Get it, Vicki. Lord have mercy. So you all know that the only thing that the Democrats got, they was just pushing excitement because they wanted to get the people wrapped. They wanted to take people into the rapture. Some of y'all sitting up here waiting, saying you waiting for Jesus for 2,000 plus years. Baby, the rapture done already took place, and the Democrats was the one that raptured you up. That's how you know it's spiritual warfare for real, because some of y'all fell for it. It didn't matter. They didn't have no black agenda. They didn't talk about no reparations. They didn't talk about a crime bill for black folks. And even the folks that was there that were for the Democrats that just asked for a ceasefire, they didn't even let their own Palestinian supporters speak. Talk black to me, somebody. You're Democrats. They didn't mention nothing about the genocidal war that they're conducting right now under a Democrat administration by the Israeli war criminals. Talk black to me. Y'all didn't care nothing about the fact that they didn't bring up none of that. All of that was all okay. And the Democrats, they know how to do warfare when it's time. Do y'all understand? They know what to do to direct the attention or to direct the energy of the masses. That's when spiritualists like myself have to come in to make you hip to it. But it is so powerful and overwhelming because so many of you, thousands and millions around the world that was watching digitally and on television and other forms of media, because there's so many more involved, it makes that energy, it sucks up all the energy in the environment, thus ignoring more pressing and serious issues. So it didn't matter about no, forget black folks ain't getting reparations. Forget that you ain't got no criminal justice bill. No crime bill for protection for black folks, rather. Who cares about a genocidal war where we're murdering innocent people for some Zionists over there in that place they call Israel? Y'all was up there screaming and hollering. That's warfare. And some of y'all don't even know what to do with it and can't even recognize it. Now, Michelle Obama was a part of this because you all love her. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I loved her too. Now, I'm gonna say this. Long before Obama was anywhere, nobody was taking him serious. He had not won the Democratic nomination as a Democrat candidate. It was none of that kind of stuff. I was in a spiritual state, and I had told a group of women, spiritual women, many years ago that I was with, objecting to Obama that he was basically going to do the bidding of white supremacy with blackface. And I said a whole bunch of other prophetic things long before he ever won. And y'all, all them spiritual women were so mad at me. One in particular. She was so mad because she was out there here in Colorado working on a campaign. In fact, she was one of the delegates in Colorado. She was so mad at me. Them folks call themselves going off on me because of what I said way in advance. And of course, I was absolutely right. Who is it that doesn't want to see a black family in the White House? But most importantly, we want to see you do something for us. But I enjoyed the look of it all. I enjoyed when I saw Michelle Obama's guns and stuff, her muscles. I love seeing her beautiful, dark, melanated skin. We're visual creatures. So I was happy about all that. And it was inspiring, just the aesthetics of it all. But I'm a spiritualist first, so I couldn't get caught up too deep in that. Y'all hear me today? Ishmael, your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. Somebody said we have our own genocide to worry about. Yes, we do have our own genocide to worry about. That's the reason why I talk about reparations first. That's why I talk about crime being for Black folks first. But I'm also a woman of the world. The whole world belongs to me. I'm the mother of all of civilization. So I get to speak on international issues. And it's still diabolical. It's still demonic. And so I'm going to still speak to it because the world belongs to me. Somebody put a globe in the chat. Do you understand that? I said the whole world is mine. But I keep us as the priority. And as long as I do that, what is it to anybody else? Yes, we got our own genocide to worry about. But I'm the oldest human being on the planet, the Black woman. The whole planet is ours. So I get to speak to the issues of the world. And the reason why the world is in the hell of a condition it's in is because we're not at the table guiding it. But those days are about over. In fact, that leads me right into my free event that I got coming up called the New Vatican. Do you all know that we're actually connected to the original Vatican? Some of y'all don't even know that. Some of you don't even know what I mean when I say the word Vatican. Yes. That spiritual and political and geopolitical and economic power that's wielded all over the world, that was ours initially. Everybody hit that thumbs up button, please. Thumbs up, share, share, share. I need way more thumbs up. We were the original world rulers. We were the ones that set the agenda for the new world order, and it was based on justice, divine equity. And we're getting back to that place. I'm going to be discussing that when I do the New Vatican Part 2. I had already started the first one. It was an unbelievable success during the Lionsgate Portal, which was August 8th. I'm doing Part 2, September 6th. I threw it up on my team because, you know, we're literally just starting to advertise it recently. Barely came home from Chicago. And I said, hey, let's do it. Part 2, I'm going to keep my word to the group. I had some more things to share on August 8th, but it's absolutely free. I said, it's absolutely free. I said, it's absolutely free, this webinar. So, beloved, hit that link that's pinned above and make sure that you save your seat. And if we run out, family, just run out. We had a couple thousand people almost that attended, and we had even more than that registered. And so, family, when the space runs out, it just runs out. Of course, if you're a member of the Vicki Dillard Mystery School, which I give absolutely powerful lectures every single month, and you get access to my previous lectures for free for the past several months. You also get all kinds of other yummy benefits by participating in my monthly mastermind. And of course, miracles, signs, and wonders follow my work. And my people are getting all types of breakthroughs. They always get access to these types of things for free, the replay and everything like that. So just FYI, okay? Click that link above, save your seat. Don't you dare miss it. Change your schedule, beloved. It's Friday, September 6th. Friday, September 6th. Absolutely free. Make sure that you're registered. Who is that? Tasaya? She said, I'm already registered. I know that's right, beloved. I know that's right. You don't want to miss it. What I'm going to be sharing is the true hidden forbidden knowledge. I said it's the true forbidden knowledge. Okay, enough of that, family. Let's get on to that. So Michelle Obama did her speech at the DNC. Yes.
Okay. We got a big night ahead. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much.
Of course, so everybody was so excited to see her, but this is how she starts her speech. Everybody hit that thumbs up button, beloved. Share, share, share. Make sure that you're also subscribed. This is how she starts her speech.
Yeah. All right.
This is a theme of her speech. Not reparations, not a legislation for protection for Black folks in the United States. Nothing about tangibles for Black folks in the United States. Watch this.
Buried too deep for far too long. You know what I'm talking about. It's the contagious power of hope. The anticipation, the energy, the exhilaration of once again being on the cusp of a brighter day. The chance to vanquish the demons of fear, division, and hate that have consumed us and continue pursuing the unfinished promise of this great nation, the dream that our parents and grandparents fought and died and sacrificed for.
The reason why we still dealing with them demons is because you black shields are the ones that keep upholding an illegitimate system and a nation and a country that has been foretold to come to a very swift and devastating end. That's the reason why it's happening for far too long. It's because you support it, you enjoy it, and you are part of it, and you will also meet the end of that nation. Are y'all hearing me today? Right now, your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. Right now, says Vicki, keep speaking the truth. Much love. Thank you, precious. Your gift is blessed 1,000-fold. Are y'all hearing me today? Now, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I'm a spiritual, so I'm all about hope. Hope means confident, favorable expectation. Hope is spiritual, right? Hope is tangible. She is sitting there giving you something that you cannot see, taste, or touch. I believe in all that when you're doing something. But when you up there to just play me, and when you act like that you owe me absolutely nothing and you refuse to give me tangibles and all you trying to give me is some hope, talk black to me somebody, which is nothing. Which really should be, she was really talking about hopelessness. Then we can't take you serious. We reject that. Somebody said that's a finesse. Somebody said that's that politricking. Somebody said that's that politricks. Somebody said that's that politics. So y'all hear me today. She continues.
Her loss so profoundly.
I'm skipping through. She just briefly mentioned her mother. But she makes, I want y'all to just really listen real quick to something she says.
Elders made to give us a better future. You see?
Wait a minute, what did she say?
My mom.
What did she say about the elders?
Her memory. And to remind us all not to squander the sacrifices our elders made to give us a better future. You see, my mom, in her steady, quiet way, lived.
No, ma'am, we surely won't. We will not squander the sacrifice of our elders. Talk back to me, somebody. Do you all think, even if it was true that your elders died for the right to vote, which they didn't, that's a lie. They died because white folks killed them. How many of y'all know that some of our ancestors were lynched going to church? They were lynched using the bathroom. They were lynched when white folks was jealous and wanted to steal their land and their towns. No, they died because of white supremacists, uncivilized, diabolical white people. That's it. Our ancestors was looking for any and every way to benefit and to live with these people in peace and in harmony. They were trying to leverage their votes so that they could live a decent life. So we're not going to let you commit blasphemy and desecrate the name and the blood of our ancestors lying. But even if they did, after all these years, do you think that they would continue with that a century later? Talk black to me, somebody. Somebody said that's outrageous. And because Michelle and them enjoy it and love it, or you made some kind of oath to it, you up there giving us the nothing of it all, doing some kind of witchcraft by having the people wrapped and enraptured and enthusiastic so that they could be throwed. I didn't say thrown. Throwed. Hey, my sister. The thing is moving so fast because I said so. That's my sister right there. I missed your comment, beloved, but I briefly saw your name. Okay, y'all, my assistant is coming. I got a few more minutes. Give me just a few more minutes, family. Thank you, precious. Give me just a few more minutes, y'all. Let me hurry up. My appointment is getting close. Listen.
Factory towns, through tree line.
And if we want to talk about one of our ancestors, what about what Malcolm X said? I'm just going to give you the title of one of Malcolm X's lectures, The Ballad of the Bullet.
Streets and crowded tenements, through prayer groups and now. Those were the values my mother poured into me until.
Girl, stop. Hold on, that ain't where I was going. Let me see. What
mothers grew up an ocean apart. They shared the same belief in the.
Wait a minute, is this it?
In factory towns, through tree-lined streets and crowded tenements, through prayer groups and National Guard units and social studies classrooms. Those were the values my mother poured into me until her very last breath. Kamala Harris and I built our lives on those same foundational values. Even though our mothers grew up an ocean apart, they shared the same belief in the promise of this country.
No, they didn't, girl. Don't be trying to conflate foundational Black American legacy and lineage and bloodline with that South Asian Indian lady. It's okay to be you. It's okay to say I'm South Asian Indian. It's okay to say I come from a caste system. It's okay. It's okay to say when your mama got here, the lady was 19 or whatever, you fled your country and all this other kind of stuff. But the mama and them was doctors. Mama and them had the PhD and stuff. Y'all was all right. You wasn't fleeing no terrorism or nothing like that. You wasn't a target of no government. You were supposed to go home and decided to stay here. Talk black to me, somebody. Your mama and them was well off. Somebody said she had a doctorate degree. Stop playing. It's okay to be South Asian Indian. It's okay. Just don't come over here trying to cosplay. And dollars all your heritage.
Her mother moved here from
Rachel Dolezal. Y'all know what I'm talking about? When that white woman worked with black folks and she was working for the NAACP all them years, lying with a tan and stuff until she was busted. They thought she was black, busted. She was a white woman. Talking about she identifies black. No, we don't believe in you, Rachel Dollars. Am I saying the name right? You don't get the Rachel Dollars out. We need to start calling her that version. We reject that. The same way black folks was outraged when that white woman said she identified as black. And we specifically talking about foundational Black Americans. Now, folks been talking about her father is Jamaican and all that. Let me tell you all something. First of all, there's some information that's out there where they're saying that that's that man's nationality. Some folks is saying that he's still really Indian. Because Jamaica is a land. It's a geographical location. But nevertheless, we know that she's not a foundational Black American, just like Michelle Obama's husband ain't no foundational Black American. When we talk about that, we're not saying you're not quote unquote Black or that you don't have melanin. We're saying that there's a vibration and there's a spiritual energy that you lack and that you don't understand, which is why they put some of y'all in certain positions in the United States, because you don't resonate like that. You will be willing to sell your soul. You will be willing to sell us out. You will be willing to be collaborators with our 500-year-old open enemy. Do you understand? So you all know darn well that a lot of us that are saying she's not quote unquote Black, when that first came out, it came out because first of all, you were not identifying as that. You was playing with your ethnicity then. And most importantly, most folks, when they were talking about, they were saying that your spirit, your energy is not Black. Before anybody was actually trying to get off into the DNA of it all. Stop playing with us. That's what we was talking about. We was talking about your spirit, your frequency, your vibe was off. That's what folks was talking about, and we've proven that in no limit of time.
India at 19. It's why she taught Kamala about.
What she say right there? What she say?
Apart. They shared the same belief in the promise of this country.
She talking about her mama and Kamala's mama shared the same principle of America. Yes, you came over to this country. You should have did all that over there. to fix that caste system. It's okay. But I'm saying it's a difference, though. Our motivations are different. Our motivations are different. Just like Kamala's mama's motivation was different. And it's okay to admit that.
That's why her mother moved here from India at 19. It's why she taught Kamala about justice, about the obligation to lift others up, about our responsibility to give more than we take.
Girl, stop.
She'd often tell her daughter, don't sit around and complain about things, do something.
Woo! Yeah, Kamala did something. She locked our black behinds up. She bust out laughing and giggled and got joy at the thought of locking up your black mamas and daddies. She defied the Supreme Court of the United States order to release thousands of prisoners because prisoners were dying. I said dying in California when she became Attorney General. And she rejected the court's order so much so that the court seriously considered holding her in contempt of court. Oh, she did something. She did something to us. And a part of her reasons for wanting to keep the prisoners in prison is because she wanted to use that either free or cheap prison labor to fight fires. Think about that. Somebody said that's not like us. That's what folks were saying when they said you ain't black. That's what they were saying. That energy is off. The average black person don't enjoy being no prosecutor, and then the state attorney general. Normally, black folks that got the right energy, they don't defy a court when the court tell them to release prisoners. That never, ever happens hardly in the United States. So when it does, a real black person that moves with that foundational black American energy, they don't sit there and fight a court and tell them hell to the no for years. They don't do that. You see what we mean when we say that's not black? You understood what the hell we was talking about.
Voice in her head. Kamala went out and she worked hard in school, graduating from HBCU, earning her law degree at a state school.
Don't y'all let them keep tricking you because she went to a doggone HBCU. My understanding is Kamala also went to some school. Didn't she go to some school in Canada? Let me double check that. Y'all know I do a whole lot of research and I don't want to confuse nothing. Is it true that Kamala also did she also spent a little time in a college in Canada? Somebody double check me on that. Let me know what you find out. Yeah. This pull up saying that Harris attended Vanier, V-A-N-I-E-R, or Vanier College in Montreal in 1981 to 1982. How come they skip that? How come they skip that fact? It was strategic why she went to the HBCUs. There are multiple benefits. But besides that, that dog don't never hunt in the black community. Why? Because we always make fun of the black folks that go to HBCUs, especially the ones that's out here bragging about their fraternities and sororities. That don't mean nothing to us in black grassroots. We always dogging y'all that went to college by telling you you ain't really black and you ain't doing nothing for us. That ain't never been no badge of honor, and God knows it ain't never been no black calling card. The hell we finna let that dog hunt. That's how we know you South Asian for real. Because we talk about black folks that go to them colleges all the time. We talk about y'all all the time that go to them colleges. We always talking about deeply melanated people that go to them HBCUs. That ain't never been no sure sign of nothing. That has never legitimized blackness. The hell is you talking about? That's how we know y'all trying to push that, trying to cover up the South Asian part of it. We mock y'all that's out there jumping up and down when you put your sororities and fraternities and brag about your HBCU schools over doing something substantive for your people. It's cool to be a part of whatever little groups you want to be a part of. I'm just trying to say, y'all know what I'm talking about when you prioritize the wrong thing, when you tether to the wrong doggone thing. That ain't never been nothing special and no black card for us. Family, hit that thumbs up button, please. Jay Bubba, your gift is blessed. It says, isn't it funny that they claim the HBCUs, but Michelle ain't sent her kids there? I know that's right. They didn't go either. They went to the Ivy League school. Yes, they sure did, beloved. That the opposite is true with black folks in America. That's so true. When they go to the Ivy League schools, it make them think they're something. But I just want to throw that out there. Yeah, this did come up. Harris graduated from Westmount High School in 1981, and then Harris attended that Vanier College in Montreal in 1981 and 1982. Make sure y'all throw that out there. That she went to college in Canada. I almost said something else right there. I almost slipped out, but I kept it in.
And then she went on to work for the people, fighting to hold lawbreakers accountable, strengthening the rule of law, fighting to get folks.
Do you all see how this Michelle lie? She come up there talking about strengthening the rule of law. They know that she has a demonic, diabolical, anti-black legal history. So they talking about, oh, she strengthened the law. Yo, Democrats believe strengthening the law is locking you up and fighting courts so that you don't get out of prison so they can keep your prison label for fighting fires. Y'all see what I mean when I say that's witchcraft? Don't y'all ever talk to me about no other spiritual system when y'all out there screaming and hollering because you out your mind.
She is one of the most dignified. A tribute to her mother, to my mother, and to your mother too.
Hell no! Whoa! Don't you bring up mama up in this mother. Don't bring Mother D up in this. Mother D, no. See, that's what I be talking about, them lies and mixing and flipping and twirling and amalgamating and gumboing and twitching and twirling. See, that's what I'm talking about, and merging and intersecting. That's what we be talking about right there when y'all help her lie and commit identity theft. Not my mama. No, Mother D's personality is not like mine. My mama always would say that. But don't get it twisted. I can remember when I was in high school and I did a petition because of some mess that the high school in Mississippi was screwing up some stuff, and I had stirred up the whole school and had hundreds and hundreds of signatures from this petition I did. And in fact, my mom was the one who typed it up for me. I'm the one that wrote it, but I had her type it up because she's a secretary. And it was so successful that the principals at the school were so nervous. Y'all know that they contacted my mother, one of the principals, and took her to lunch when I was in high school, Vicki Dillard. And after they took my mom to a good old lunch, they asked my mom, they told her the point of the lunch and told her that they wanted her to talk me out of this petition, the purpose of this petition. Because they was concerned that on graduation night, it was going to be an embarrassment to the school. My mother's personality is not like mine, but guess what Mother D did with her quiet, little sweet, little precious, little sweet, little precious, feminine, little sweet, little quiet, little precious, little sweet, little patient self did. My mama ate all of that lunch. She told me she enjoyed the lunch. She said the lunch was real good. She said she had a real good lunch. She said that food was good. The lunch was good. And when she was done with the lunch and the people told her why they took her to lunch, she said, real sweet, Mother Dillard, like, no, I'm not going to do that. Don't be mixing my foundation of deep down South Mississippi mama with all that from over there in India energy. She enjoyed her lunch. She thanked them people for that lunch. Told me how good the lunch was. And after all of the luncheon, when she wiped her mouth and drank down that Sprite, when it was all over, real sweet. Oh yeah, no, I won't be doing that. God, that day. The hell? Be mixing up our foundational black mamas in there.
The embodiment of the stories we tell ourselves about this country. Her story is your story.
No, it's not. You see how Michelle and them, she said Kamala's story is our story. No, it ain't, girl. Vicki, don't get off it. I'm not going to be talking about jumping rivers and boats and schools and identities and leveling up. And I'm not going to go there. I'm going to leave that alone. But her story ain't my story. No, it ain't. Her people were not lynched. Her people were not crucified in the United States. Her people's body parts were not removed, dismembered, and eaten. Her mothers and fathers were not sodomized and raped. Her mama fled to live the American dream based off of our ancestors' nightmares. No! You see how that's different? You see how that's different? A little different.
It's the story of the vast majority of Americans trying to build a better life.
You a lie. You a lie, Michelle. You a lie.
Look, Kamala knows, like we do, that regardless of where you come from, what you look like, who you love, how you worship, or what's in your bank account, we all deserve the opportunity to build a decent life. All of our contributions.
Girl, other women said that they was trying to get the job fair and square, but Vicki hit the button and play.
Deserve to be accepted and valued. Because no one has a monopoly on what it means to be an American. No one.
This is the ultimate sin of Michelle Obama. I need you all to listen to what she said right there. This is where I was going with this. Before I give you a little bit more information. Yeah, I got to go. I got 5 minutes for real, I got to go. Listen to what she said again. And do you all know, I need y'all to understand that this is them trying to shut us down about our unique status in the United States. How many of you all know that the great Dr. Claude Anderson told us we're special and we ain't like nobody else? How many of you all know that the great Dr. Claude Anderson, who was selected by former President Jimmy Carter to work in the federal government, the great Dr. Claude Anderson, who also worked with the DNC, was responsible for getting a large percentage of Black business entrepreneurs and people and owners the contracts. And to this day, nobody has outmatched him. The great legendary Dr. Claude Anderson, who worked with racist Strom Thurmond. Negotiated back in the day and was responsible for getting Black judges on the bench. Do you all know that was Dr. Claude Anderson back in the day? Dr. Claude Anderson who ran political campaigns and won, state and federal. That Dr. Claude was the one that told us we need to be getting reparations. That Dr. Claude that said Indians also owe us in reparations. That Dr. Claude who spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of his own money to get us a type of reparations by and through those Indian treaties, because there are provisions in some of those treaties that actually are meant for us. That Dr. Claude told us that we are exceptional and that there is no other group of people like us. That Dr. Claude that actually worked in government. The one that worked behind the scenes and know the inner workings of it all. That Dr. Claude that told us we ain't got no business voting for nobody unless we can really buy a politician. That Dr. Claude. By the way, shameless plug, I'm featuring in his upcoming documentary film that's getting ready to be released soon. By the way, I put out that second trailer. By the way, if you want to see that, look under my short videos at VickiDillard.tv. Right here, VickiDillard.tv. I think I linked it on my community page here. I think it's also my Instagram page. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Yeah, I gotta go. Watch this. I gotta stop. The problem with Michelle Obama is that she loves to be a useful tool, but the problem with Michelle Obama is that she ain't nothing but a neocon and a white supremacist. Vicki, why do you say that? How many of y'all remember when we back in the day was really giving George Bush that everlasting work because he's a war criminal? How many of y'all remember all that, right? How many of y'all remember all that? Everybody hit that thumbs up button, share, share, share. How many of y'all remember all that?
President Bush and I, we are forever seatmates because of protocol. That's how. So we're together all the time. And
Y'all listen to what she gonna say about him at the end. Let me turn this up.
So we're together all the time, and I love him to death. He's a wonderful man. He's a funny man.
Anybody likes my sense of humor, I immediately like.
He's a wonderful man. I love him. Now, when she went on her tour, her book tour, how many of y'all remember when she did her first book? I think it was Becoming or whatever. That book sold millions and millions of copies. I mean, it was unbelievable. She broke all kind of records and stuff. Do you all know that when she was doing interviews, one of the interviews she did was with Bush's daughters, one of his daughters. Do you all know she bragged about all of the values that she shared with this war criminal? Do you all know that? Do you all know that? Don't forget this either.
Senator Obama, your position on reparations?
Wait a minute,
Do that
what?
as president. Senator Obama, your position on reparations?
Wait a minute, what?
Do that as president. Senator Obama, your position on reparations?
I think the reparations we need right here in South Carolina is investment, for example, in our schools. I did a town hall meeting in Florence, South Carolina, in an area called the Corridor of Shame.
Listen to this sellout, y'all. This is the Obamas. I'm not done. I got one more thing to say, and I gotta go.
They've got buildings that students are trying to learn in that were built right after the Civil War, and we've got teachers who are not trained to teach the subjects they're teaching in.
You all are forgetting just how much we, the Black grassroots, and how long we've been putting pressure and a demand for reparations. It made the debate stage. It made the presidential debate stage when CNN did this debate with Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and the rest of them on the stage. I want y'all to keep listening to Obama. Don't you forget it.
Rates. We've got to understand that there are corridors of shame all across the country. And if we make the investments and understand that those are our children, that's the kind of reparations that are really going to make a difference.
Is anyone on the stage for reparations?
Y'all watch this, except for one man, but the so-called black man. This is what we mean when we say Obama wasn't black and what did he do for black folks. Watch this. On the stage of a sea of white people except for him. Anderson Cooper said, is there anybody on the stage that's for reparations for Black Americans? Listen.
Is anyone on the stage for reparations for slavery for African Americans? Are you?
I am. The Bible says we shall be and must be repairers of the breach. And the breach has occurred. We have to acknowledge that. It's a breach that has resulted in inequality and opportunities for education, for healthcare, for housing, for employment. And so we must be mindful of that. But it's also a breach that has affected a lot of poor whites as well. We need to have a country which recognizes that there is an inequality of opportunity and a president who's ready to challenge the interest groups, be they insurance companies or mortgage companies or defense contractors who are taking the money away from the people who need it. Yes, I am for repairing the breach. Yes, I am for reparations.
In a sea of white people and Latino people, Obama, the Negro, sits up there and talk about no. And after he gives his non-answer, Anderson says, is there anybody that's up here? And the only one that said something was this white man, Dennis Kucinich. This is what we mean when we say you ain't black. And you all better start to get more diplomatic and break this down and remember to give them these examples. During the presidential debate, they didn't talk about reparations because Roland was talking about it then. Hell, not even Jesse Jackson types. Reverend Al Sharpton wasn't talking about no reparations. It took the Black grassroots, everyday man and woman to press this and make this an issue. And we continue to build over it over the past many years, and they're still giving us the middle finger. Don't you ever forget that this is where the Obama stood. But what does this got to do with Michelle Obama, Vicki? What does this got to do? You all know they all the same, but nevertheless, I'm gonna tell you one more thing, and I gotta go. I have broke this down over the past many years, and I gotta remind you all because we're getting close to the elections, and so yes, I'm gonna be pulling stuff out of the archives to remind you all what's what, to let you know these folks are your enemies, and if they're not coming around to the table, and if they're not talking about giving us no tangibles, what the hell are you doing? Why did I show you her cozying up to a war criminal, George Bush? Why did I show you that she loves him, she respects him, and I told you that when she went on her book tour, she was bragging about him and talking about all the things that they have in common? Why did I bring that up? Why did her husband give Bush one, the former CIA anti-black connected to crack in the black community guy? He was with the CIA before he became president. Y'all know that, right? Bush one. Obama gave him one of the highest awards when Obama was president. Do y'all know that? A medal. Look it up. George Bush lied. The Iraq War, they invaded the Middle East, was messing with them people's oils, murdering innocent folks, lying to Americans about this, that, and the third. Michelle talks about all the things they have in common, how wonderful he is. He's a good man, and all of the stuff they have in common. She said that also during her book interview, all that. But what did Michelle Obama say about her pastor, Reverend Wright, when her husband was running for office? What did Michelle Obama say about Reverend Wright? Did she have wonderful and glowing things to say about her pastor? Remember when they abandoned their own pastor, the one that married her and Barack Obama, the one that baptized her children? Y'all remember when she gave Reverend Wright the middle finger? Do y'all remember the credible reports that came out that even during the many years that Obama was in office, that Reverend Wright was secretly writing them for reconciliation, not public, but private? And how the Obamas and them continue to ignore their letters? Obama, the first paragraph of this says, the former First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama, recently published Becoming, a remarkable memoir that is a best-selling book of the season. Remember, I talked about that already. I've read from this article many times before. Y'all know I've talked about this many times, but some of you don't know about it. And if you did know about it, I want to remind you. This is how demonic, and this is one of the big problems I had with Miss Michelle Obama, y'all's forever First Lady, you like to call her affectionately. He says he enjoyed her book, but I must admit, he said, I admit I am very troubled. Are y'all listening? The writer of this, by the way, of this piece is Oberry M. Hendricks Jr. He says that he was troubled by her description of Jeremiah Wright in her book. Why am I emphasizing that? Y'all know they played him so that they can get power, right? That's when they rejected him. They denounced him. They was willing to lie about this man. They was willing to separate themselves about this man for white people, for power. And y'all said, well, they got to do it for power. White people ain't going to let him get in office. Obama ain't finna give y'all reparations because white people ain't going to like it. The hell do you, why do we need a black person in office then? Okay. I'm bringing up the fact that after they were out of office, after her book was released, Becoming, after they was out of office, she still was disrespecting and taking shots to the black man, Reverend Wright. What did he say here? He says, I'm very troubled by her description of Jeremiah Wright as a wild-eyed, out-of-touch extremist who is, and this is a quote, paranoid. This is what she said about Reverend Wright in her book after they was out of office. She called this black man paranoid. And watch this quote. And quote, this is a quote from her book about Jeremiah Wright. She says, and quote, careening through callous and inappropriate rage at white America. This league of mammy, this LOM, this devil, this mammy. Listen to this quote from her book after they was out of office to appease white people and get all them Beckys and Karens and Gretchens to fill them stadiums and to buy her books. She kept giving Reverend Jeremiah Wright the middle finger over what? She calls him paranoid and, quote, careening through callous and inappropriate rage. What inappropriate rage? At white America. Do you all know the attributes of Reverend Jeremiah Wright? Y'all know there must be a reason why that when Obama was still a politician as a senator, and she's some big shot lawyer, let's just call her big shot lawyer. Anyway, they both Ivy League educated and both attorneys. So you ought to be intelligent enough. There's a reason why y'all was a part of his church, right? I gotta go, y'all. Oh my God, I'm behind. Listen. Let's listen. I want to remind you all just a little bit about the resume and the background of the Reverend Jeremiah Wright. The Reverend Dr. Jeremiah A. Wright Jr. is the son of a highly respected old-line Philadelphia minister and the vice principal of a local high school. An ex-U.S. Marine who volunteered for the armed services. He served as a trained cardiopulmonary technician for 6 years. On Wright's office wall hangs a framed photograph of him monitoring the vital signs of President Lyndon Johnson. Somebody say, Vicki, give me the receipts. That receipt is also in that piece that I read from, but I made sure to have it separately so that you all can see it. Y'all see Reverend Jeremiah Wright? Monitoring Lyndon Johnson. And also in the inset of this picture is a letter from Lyndon Johnson thanking Dr. Jeremiah Wright for his care. Do you all see this? A few more things about him. Let me go back to the article. Hanging beside it is a personal post-operation letter from Johnson thanking Wright for his role in Johnson's medical care. That's what I just referenced. He said, Wright is not the crazed radical that some have portrayed him. He is a brilliant, erudite man. Y'all ready for this? He speaks 7 languages. Can Bush, the war criminal, do that? Even if he could, so what? I'm just letting you all know who she called crazy in her book. That's basically what she said was crazy. Listen, he speaks 7 languages, holds 4 earned academic degrees, including a doctorate in ministry. At the prestigious University of Chicago Divinity School, he completed all the requirements for the PhD except his dissertation, which he put aside in 1975. Why did he do that? To devote all of his time to his pastorate at Trinity United Church of Christ on the south side of Chicago. Beginning with 87 active members, by the time Wright retired in 2007, he had built a vibrant congregation of some 8,000 members with more than 60 ministries serving the church and its surrounding community. Watch this. These included ministries for HIV/AIDS care, drug and alcohol recovery, hospice care, senior citizens care, and housing, 2 separate residences, a child care program federally funded, a reading program for the poor, and 22 ministries for the youth. I don't think they do all that nowadays with these churches that y'all be going to now. For the full 36 years of his Trinity pastorate, Wright was what can be best described as a servant leader. It goes on and on and on. And besides that, you all know a lot of his members are white people. Y'all know that too, don't you? In the denomination that they are. White folks sit up under Reverend Jeremiah Wright. That's the problem I have with Michelle Obama. You all learned for reparations for us. You all didn't do nothing for us. Obama fought against reparations even when he was in office, not only during that debate, but while he was in office, he was against reparations. And you sat up here and found it in your heart to make an exception for a war criminal, to tell the world all the wonderful things that you have in common with him. How wonderful he is. This white man that murdered folks around the world and abandoned Black folks in the United States. How many of y'all remember during Katrina, the catastrophe of that? How many of y'all remember that? But a Black man who's a servant leader, who is literally, in my eyes, beyond reproach and absolutely unable to be, he was incomparable. If you're going to talk about George Bush, you, even after you left the White House, after y'all used him to get into the White House, you still dogged him and took a shot at him so that you could sell them books. Don't y'all ever forget that. I said, don't y'all ever forget that. This is why you don't like Reverend Wright. This is why you don't like Reverend Wright.
Where governments lie, God does not lie. Where governments change, God does not change. And I'm through now. But let me leave you with one more thing. Governments fail.
I'm coming, blessing.
The government in this text, comprised of Caesar, Quirinius, Pontius Pilate, Pontius Pilate. The Roman government failed. The British government used to rule from east to west. The British government had a Union Jack. She colonized Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, and Hong Kong. Her navies ruled the 7 seas all the way down to the tip of Argentina in the Falklands. But the British government failed. The Russian government failed. The Japanese government failed. The German government failed. And the United States of America government, when it came to treating her citizens of Indian descent fairly, she failed. She put them on reservations. When it came to treating her citizens of Japanese descent fairly, she failed. She put them in internment. As long as she tries to act like she is God and she is supreme.
Okay, yeah, there we go. That's what that is. That's what that is. Don't y'all ever forget it. I said, don't you ever forget it. This is my problem with y'all's forever First Lady. They used him and they sacrificed him before they went in order to gain power from one administration, then two. And then after they left, so they can continue to make millions and millions and millions of dollars by and through her books in order to appease, in my opinion, allegedly, them other little secret groups and societies and clubs that they are part of. She continued to throw him under the bus while having patience, understanding, and mercy for a goddamn war criminal. What did Reverend Wright say? He said, y'all did all this to us. And he said, you want us to sit up here and sing God Bless America? He said, no, God damn America. And then he pointed to the book and he said, that's in the Bible. I'm going to be talking about some of them very similar things in those very countries, those geopolitical global countries. That man that speaks 7 languages, this man that was respected around the world. We're going to be talking about how you can take power and influence the nations, marrying your spiritual power and your natural power. In my new Vatican Part 2, we're going to be talking about the trilateral war room. You don't want to miss it. It's absolutely free. When did I say? Friday, September 6th. Friday, September 6th. The link is above. When I click off of here, if you happen to watch the replay or if you happen to watch the upload, it's going to be pinned in the comments. I can't wait to see you again. I love you so much. I'm your sister with the curly braids. I bow to you. You are my bliss. And don't you forget what the Democrats are doing.